live. Going live. This time we actually have the mic, unlike 2 weeks ago when we didn't have the mic. Okay. Hey. Welcome back to Hamco Roundabout. I'm Cameron Geesaman, your local real estate expert, community connector, and Hamilton County hype girl. If you're living here, moving here, or just trying to figure out what the heck is going on in the Indy suburbs, then you're in the right spot. This week, we've got some pretty big things happening. Westfield's Grand Park is getting a major addition. A beloved sandwich spot is coming to Fisher's. Carmel is showing off again, and honestly, it's kind of earned, I guess. And we're officially kicking off Home-a-Rama 2025. And yes, I'll tell you when our new video tour drops of those homes. Oh, and there's a free family event you'll want to add to your September weekend plans. So whether you're looking for things to do in Hamilton County, curious about new developments, or just want to see some dream homes at Chatham Hills, grab your coffee or your pumpkin spice latte if you're already in that fall mood, and let's talk all things Hamilton County. So here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm ready, because I'm super excited about this first topic, which is the adventure park that is planned. It's got zip lines and it's coming to Grand Park, which I'm super excited. Dylan, I have twins, Cohen and Dylan, and I have to admit, in my older age, I get them mixed up all the time. Dylan and I went on a family trip and we went zip lining in Colorado, and it was amazing. So when I saw that Westfield is getting zip lines, super excited, gonna take all the boys. But it was announced a Michigan-based chain of zipline adventure parks plans to open a park next year at Grand Park Sports Campus in Westfield. Grand Park Sports and Entertainment, which manages the 400-acre sports complex, announced Monday that Tree Runner Adventure Park plans to operate an aerial adventure park on a 5-acre wooded area at the center of Grand Park between the Indianapolis Colts training camp fields and the turf soccer fields. If you've ever been out there, we're out there a lot, actually, because of soccer. There are soccer fields and then this big, huge section of trees. They're not tearing them down. They're putting a zip line within the trees. So I'm so super excited. Construction is underway on, hey, Adam. Construction is underway on the Tree Runner Park, which is expected to open in March of 2026. Plans for Tree Runner at Grand Park call for 20 zip lines and 50 climbing elements for all ages. They have been searching for the ideal. So Tree Runner has been searching for the ideal aerial park located in the Indianapolis market for over 5 years. So clearly it's been something that they've wanted to bring here. And the one location that had the combination of an active local audience and abundance of athlete visitors was Grand Park, which I actually think is a great idea. We have tons of people ultimately that come from around the country that are here to be at sports tournaments. So like soccer, we compete from people all over the country. And they come and stay. I've mentioned investment properties like Airbnbs are really great in Westfield because you have all these people that come into town for these tournaments. And what is really great is while they're here, they can do events like this, right? I think when we've ever traveled, there are times where, let's say you have moments where there is downtime. And so during the downtime, it can be something that you then can go and do, which is these ziplining. So they currently operate 3 aerial adventure parks in Michigan. Michigan, Michigan, Grand Rapids, West Bloomfield Township, and Rochester, and another in Raleigh, North Carolina. So yeah, it kind of just goes on to talk about like Grand Park, what it has, the type of amenities. Of course, if you're interested in learning about Grand Park, we've done multiple videos on Westfield where we talk about Grand Park and even show aerial footage and or talk about what Grand Park is. So you can go back and watch any of those videos that talk about Westfield. So super excited about that. We haven't talked about restaurants recently. I mentioned that in the summertime, it's been kind of slow with restaurant announcements. Thank you. Sorry, we're getting a call from a client. Got to take that. We haven't had that many announcements for new restaurants. So I got really excited with this second news, which is Potbelly is opening a few new locations. So Potbelly Sandwich Shop opened its newest location in Indianapolis area September 19th in Nora Plaza, the first of 4 new Indiana locations for the national chain. According to an announcement from the company, the newest shop is part of an expansion of the brand's footprint in the Hoosier State. Additional locations are set to open soon in Fishers, Whitestown, and Greenwood. So the Fishers store will open September 26th at 11545 IKEA Way. And they added that he is district manager is from Fishers originally, is excited to be part of the community's ongoing growth and development. A grand opening celebration for the Fishers location is set for October 4th. I love when they do grand openings because there's usually things that they either you get a discount or you get something for free. They hand out stickers, whatever it is. So I'm going to recommend that you go to that. Ultimately, it says that it's opening September 26th. So that's a fun September thing to kind of put on your calendar to go visit Potbelly. I am gluten-free. And so I don't eat bread. So I haven't had a chance to look into if they have gluten-free options. I will be excited if they do because I love, especially when you have a national chain, I have noticed that some of the national chains end up having more specialty things for people who have different allergies. So I'm not saying that they do, but I'm curious to see if they do. So outside of that, my kids would love it. My husband would love it. They love sandwiches. So I'm excited. They also have hand dipped shakes and fresh baked cookies across central Indiana. So even though I can't have the maybe the sandwich, I can have a good shake. I love a good shake. Can't have the cookies, but I will be trying their hand dipped shakes. So yeah, and they're open from 10 to 10. So really fun. It's one of the newer restaurants that are coming, and it's in the IKEA area. So if you're not from here, IKEA came here right before the pandemic, and it's been great for the area. It's really honestly great for people who are looking to sell their houses, because I always recommend that you can go to IKEA, get like the fake plants. This one's actually real, but they have fake plants to try to bring warmth and stuff into the house. They also have, like, say you have a big space on your wall, you can put up, they have big, huge pictures that you can put up on the walls and to kind of bring some warmth into a house. But why bring up IKEA and derailed there for a second, because IKEA is really great, is it's right by that section, which is right by the yard. And there's tons of dining and shopping and all sorts of stuff. So make it a day. Go and go to Potbelly, grab your sandwich, then go to Blue Peppermint and do some local shopping, so to speak, because it's a local boutique. You can go to IKEA, get some stuff, some organization stuff for the house. And then that night you can go to either HC Tavern or I'm trying to think, 1933. Like, there's multiple restaurants that are right in that little area of the yard. So it's super close, all real condensed, and will give you plenty of things to do. So yay to Potbelly for picking such a great location for its first Fishers location. Next up on the agenda is we have been doing a series on our channel on free things to do in Hamilton County. And so I thought maybe I would kind of like trickle these in over like each week. If there is something free to do, I thought I would kind of recommend one of the free things that maybe isn't on our big list. So in this series, we have done Carmel, Fishers, and Noblesville, and then we're going to do Westfield. And the reason for this is we have a lot of people that come in that relocate, that maybe when they're here, they want to know like, what can they do? Because a lot of things cost money. And so it's nice to kind of know what is there to do for free. But to share everything throughout the year that is free is really hard. Like that would be a really long video. I'm sure we would miss things. So we kind of hit on a lot of parks and a lot of things that are traditional things that happen every year. This is actually one of those things, but it didn't make our video. And so those are things that I'm going to try to add in to help you kind of understand if you've lived here a long time. Honestly, I've lived here for over 30 years and I've done real estate for 22 years. I will tell you, there's still things that I've never heard of and didn't know that they've been going on for forever. So I'm learning, which is really great. I love, part of the reason why I love this channel is I'm actually learning more and more, which is really great because then I can share it with you. Secondly, I think that there are a lot of opportunities to be had in our community, and I want to make sure that I'm sharing those with you. So this is one of those that I found that is a really great free thing to do in September. So Prevail, which is advocacy for victims of crime and abuse. They invite the community to its third annual Autumn Fest presented by Hamilton County Health Department. Autumn Fest is free, family-friendly celebration of fall community and connection taking place from noon to 3 on Saturday, September 27th. So not this next Saturday, but the Saturday after that. And it's at Prevail at 1100 South 9th Street, Suite 100 in Noblesville. Now, this community event is open to the public. It's packed with activities for all ages, including seasonal crafts, fun games, delicious food, music, door prizes, and more. The event is designed to bring people together while introducing the community to Prevail's mission of supporting survivors of crime and abuse and promoting safe, healthy relationships. I mean, can it get any better than that? Like, we're as a community trying to help people that are going through something weird. How awesome that would be. It is, so there's free the outtakes of some of our videos. I keep telling Adam we should do an outtakes because I say things like that. Free food provided by the Noblesville Lions Club, where you can enjoy hot dogs, chips, and drinks while supplies last. Whenever it says that, you need to get there first, so you make sure you get the free food. Boomer's going to be there, which is the Indiana Pacers' beloved mascot. So you can do photos and autographs. So the young kids, it's great for the young kids because they love Boomer. There's Touch a Truck. So Fishers always puts on a Touch a Truck experience. But Noblesville's going to be doing this at this event so kids can get up close and personal with a real fire truck. So whenever your kids run outside when they hear a fire truck, because they just think it's the coolest thing, big red truck, you can take them there and they can walk around and probably talk to some firemen. Nearly 20 community partners on site sharing resources and activities, games, crafts, and music for kids of all ages, exciting door prizes, like I've all said. So this is a free event. Now, you guys, our cities are fairly large. I mean, Fishers is 100,000, Carmel's at 100,000, Noblesville's at 60, Westfield is around 60, give or take. Like, I know my numbers are kind of vague, but you get what I'm saying. These are large communities, so there are always free events. So if you're curious about more free events, make sure to watch our videos that we've posted the last few weeks. We're still working. We still got one more to go, but we're going to try to get them. And then we're also going to do an Indianapolis one because Indianapolis is even larger and there's tons of free things to do. And there's resources that you can go to that you can find those free events as well. So we're going to bring those up as well. So always love free events. Love that Prevail is putting this on. And hopefully if you have that Saturday open, then I would recommend going, meeting community people, especially if you're new to the area. This is a great event to go to. So Prevail. Next topic on the docket And I'm going to say that it is, how do I want to say this? Is it a surprise? No. Is it deserved? Yes. Are other cities right next to it as deserving? Yes. It's hard because, in my personal opinion, which I had this question from a client that had reached out, had said, can you just tell me where you would want to go and or what you like? And you guys, I'm not trying to be vague on some of my videos. I think I said this the last time. I truly believe that all cities in Hamilton County are phenomenal. Even though what I'm about to talk about is one of the most popular cities, I truly believe all 3 cities that are connected to it or right next to it deserve it as well. There's my PSA announcement. But 9 best places. So Travel and Leisure put out a article with the 9 best places to live in the U.S. for families according to real estate experts. So these are I'm one of those real estate experts. So I agree with this, but just so you know, I agree with other cities right next door. Okay. Number 1, Carmel, Indiana. So as you start to have children, your priorities change. In your younger years, you may have wanted a bustling city with great brunch spots, happy hour deals, and bars that stayed open until the wee hours of the morning. Funny, we actually still have those too. But when you think about where you want to live as a family, you have to consider proximity to highly rated schools, possibly a more spacious home, and ways you can engage with your community. That said, where exactly you plant your roots becomes more important than ever. To identify the towns, cities, and suburbs in the U.S., that are conducive to a family-first lifestyle, we pulled a few real estate experts with experience spanning the country. Below, they shared their top picks from coastal city with excellent public transportation options to a small upstate New York community with lots of hiking trails. So, Carmel, Indiana got the first spot. Surprise! Not a surprise. Carmel is amazing. The cost of living in Indiana is below the national average, and the state consistently ranks as one of the most affordable in the country. Families can get spacious homes, great schools, and a similar style of living without the price tag you'd see in larger metros, says Jenna Stoffer. They didn't call me. I'm so bummed. Why didn't they call me? I got to give them the information. Travel and Leisure. A broker and global real estate advisor for Sotheby's International Realty. The pace of life is slower, and Carmel really caters to young families with good schools, low crime, and safe neighborhoods. There is also a variety of things to do together with the kids when the kids aren't in school, from biking along the Monon Trail to exploring the galleries and shops in the Carmel Arts Design District. So here's the thing. I don't disagree with any of this. I 1,000% agree, except for maybe one thing. Maybe one thing. It says the cost of living in Indiana is below the national average. I want to be very transparent with you because we get a lot of calls, especially people from YouTube that watch you, people like you that are watching our channel, that say that they are interested in Carmel and they're looking for homes that are kind of in that cost affordable range as or below the national average. Carmel, Indiana is not below the national average. Indianapolis is below the national average, and there's a lot of areas around Indianapolis that are below the national average. Carmel is not below the national average. So I just want to be transparent. I love that they did this. I love that Carmel's getting the recognition. I think that Fishers, Noblesville, and Westfield, and even Brownsburg and Greenwood and Mount Vernon, which was McCordsville, Fortville, and Greenfield, like all great areas. All of these have similar situations like this where there's family-friendly things to do. The schools are ranked high. What else did they say? Low crime rate, safe neighborhoods, like all of those areas that I just mentioned have all of this. Carmel just gets put up there because Carmel gets a lot of recognition. And so, but if you're coming here and you want below the national average. It's going to be hard for me to recommend. I even had a client the other day that said, hey, when we were talking with you, it felt like you were pushing us to a higher price point. I'm not pushing you to a higher price point. I'm just trying to be as honest and open and realistic with you on what you can find. Can you find a house in Carmel that is below the national average? Let's just click on this. Cost of living in Indiana. Because, ultimately we want to look at all of these things, right? I need to accept the cookies. The cost of living in Indiana is the largest city compared to the national average, right? So here's Indianapolis, Fort Wayne, South Bend, all of the different cities. Wow, Muncie and Terre Haute are, interestingly enough, high. The cost of living in Indiana varies depending on the city you live in. The priciest city in Indiana is Terre Haute. I'm so confused by that right now. Where the cost of living is 12% higher compared to the state average and 9% higher than the rest of the U.S. Did it say at the top what the U.S. is stating currently? It's not saying. You guys, this is where last second I decided to go to this. I didn't actually look at what the this is where Cameron goes down a rabbit hole. This is what I do for you guys. I like search and go deeper and so that I actually give you the actual numbers. Well, that gives you the average cost of living. $61,000 a year of expenses. I believe it's in the 200s because I can't find it. But all I'm saying is, are there houses? I digress. I'm going to go back because there wasn't a quick way to kind of look at this. But cost of living in Indiana, right? It's saying $50,000 in a salary. If you are making $50,000 in a salary and think that you can buy a house in Carmel for that, I just want to be transparent. It's going to be really hard. Like really, really, really hard. Can you find houses? Like, are there $200,000 houses that are in Carmel that have popped up? Yes. I can't say some of them you could live in them because they're distressed properties or whatever. And that's why every other week, I try to go into showing you houses and the price points of what they are. Like this week, we're talking about Westfield. The average or the median price is like around $450,000. And so I'm going to show you a $450,000 house. A lot of you that are watching that are thinking, hey, I want affordable housing, are not thinking $450,000. Now, I will tell you, some of my clients are coming from California. When they see what a $450,000 gets you, are super excited, which is great. But I just wanted to kind of speak to this travel and leisure because although I love that this is what we're seeing, right? We're getting recognition here in Indiana, which I absolutely love because I love Hamilton County. It's literally one of my favorite places. But I get really sad when somebody calls me and really wants to try to find that price point, that lower price point, the twos, definitely not the ones. Twos really hard to find. Threes hard to find. Fours are starting to get there. And so anyways, I just wanted to speak on that because I think, again, we get recognized, but okay. But we're not surprised. Carmel won again. Yay. And it is really great. I will tell you, so when I look at Hamilton County, just as one more tidbit is if you're looking at Hamilton County, Carmel's the highest. Fishers and Westfield literally toggle back and forth. It's like it's a battle between who's going to have the highest median price point, and then Noblesville is the lowest. So if you call me and you're wanting Fishers, Adam's looking at me and telling me.
I just texted you the number.
Oh, he texted me the average. See, this is why I like that he's kind of in the background. Median home. Oh, so it's higher. I was wrong. I'll claim when I'm wrong. The median home price is $410,000. Okay, so you can, I'll go back. You can sometimes find houses for 410. That seems high for America. Okay. Yes. We're just, there we go. I think probably because I think of Indianapolis all the time. They're in the twos. And so that's what I think about a lot. Indianapolis, yes, below the average. Carmel, again, to find a 410, I'm going to show you a 450. Can you find those houses? Yes. Do I still think it is harder to find in that price point? Yes. There are a lot higher priced homes in Carmel. So I'm just going to say that. Okay, what was I saying before that? Oh, if you're looking at the areas, if you call and you're like, hey, I want Carmel, and you're looking at, let's now go back to this number, that 410, you're at 410,000, right? And thanks, Adam, for clarifying that for us. This is why we're a team. You get Adam and I both. If you are looking at a 410 home, traditionally speaking, I'm going to recommend that you look at other areas to see what you can get so you can compare. If you still land on Carmel and you still love Carmel, great. I love Carmel too. But I want to give clients options, okay, so that you can kind of see what's going on. Carmel has a lot to offer, but that doesn't mean that you can live literally 5 minutes from there and get potentially a nicer home, or let's say you have kind of restrictions on like you want a basement or you want a 3-car garage or you want a 5th bedroom, or like those are some of those extra things that sometimes you can get for the same price really close by. So anyways, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. And leave a comment below if you agree or disagree, which is totally fine. I love to be able to kind of talk with people and go back and forth. I really thought it was in the 200 to 300s and I was wrong. So 410, it is the median home price. Why does that feel so high for me? To me, like it seems 410 is high. How? I mean, I say this all the time because I deal with this with, my son is a senior this year and he's, potentially going to college and then needs to make money. 410,000 on a $50,000. Like if that's what you're making, right? Because isn't that what that said? It was like 50,000. What is your salary? Oh, it's just asking what your calculator is. Okay. So, well, I'm confident in saying if you're only making $50,000 and want to buy a $410,000 house, you will be eating peanut butter and jellies and ramen noodle. And then your health is going to go down because you're eating shit food. Okay. I digress, you guys. Welcome to Cameron's Soapbox. Isn't it fun? Okay, we're going to move on to the next topic, which is the 2025 Home-a-Rama put on by Baggy and the Lee Supply Corp Home-a-Rama. So here's the thing. If you follow me on social media, which is Cameron the Realtor on Instagram, I really only do Instagram. And I have to admit, I'm not great at it, to be honest. But I try to do my best when I have time. Girl's busy. And so on Instagram, I've kind of posted a few things. So we've been there now 4 times. We have filmed content for the Home-a-Rama. I'm really excited about it. And I want you guys to get really excited about it because we went to each house. So last year, we went through each house and showed the whole house. And that was a lot. And so this year we kind of shifted a little bit. And this year we went into each house and I'm showing you my 3 favorite things because honestly, you need to go see them. They're amazing. They're stunning. If you're not here locally, just so you know, if you buy a ticket, you also, even though you're not here, you get access to the Matterport or the 360 tour so you can virtually walk them. Okay. Now, 4 of them are already sold to homeowners. 3 are not. My hope is to get into the 3 to actually show you kind of the tour like I normally do on our YouTube channel. So if you love those, stay tuned for those. But I'm going to tell you when we're going to post our new video coming out because Adam's currently working on it. Super excited about it. But this year's, you guys, I feel like every year I say this. I don't know how it can get better, but this year was great. So there were 7 houses, 8 builders. And they're stunning. Eliana, I think is how I will say it. I'll get to you in here in just a second. But let me close that real quick. It's a video. Home-a-Rama is in Westfield. It's in Chatham. We're actually going to talk about Chatham, or not Chatham. We're going to talk about Westfield a little bit more here in a little bit. But there are 7 builders: Sigma, Scott B. Campbell, Custom Homes and Development, Randy Schaefer and Kent Schaefer. So that's 2. They're actually brothers. So they're doing one house together. Novo, McKinsey Perot, AR Homes, and Custom Living. Okay. So there's 7 homes. And these 7 homes, I'm just going to tell you, they crushed it. Like, they did a phenomenal job. They range from 2 million to 5.4 million. I actually don't know which one's 2 million and which one's 5.4. I think for what the houses are, and when you walk them, they're stunning. You can still get tickets. It's this weekend and next weekend, and then it's done. And you can't get in to any of them except for the 3 that are going to be listed. And if you want to get into any of the 3, call me. We'll go see them because I will walk them all the time. I just love them. I love walking homes. It's always funny when people call me and say they want to get into real estate because they love walking homes. I agree. It's one of the best parts of my job. Unfortunately, it's only about like 5%, 8%, 10, maybe 10% of my job of actually walking, especially like super cool houses. Like this, that are in the 4 to 5 million range. You just don't walk a ton of them, partially because, again, here in Hamilton County, we apparently are just above the average. And I am going to show you when we get to the numbers, I'm going to show you the median price in Carmel so that you know that we're not. So I can show you the data, not just Cameron's words. I like data. Okay, so it shows here the Home-a-Rama is open from noon to 8 on September 11th through 14th. So that just happened. 18th through 20th and 25th through 28th. The tickle booth. Wouldn't that be funny? A tickle booth? You can't buy your ticket until you get tickled. Okay, closes at 6 p.m. You guys, I've lost my marbles today. General admission is $20 to $30 and $5 for children. This is where I mentioned that virtual ticket are $10. So you can buy the $10 ticket and you can take the tour of each of the homes, which I think is pretty cool, especially for my out-of-state clients, so that you can do that and see the 2025 Lee Supply Corp baggy Home-a-Rama. So there you go. Super excited about that. Okay. Now it's kind of the middle before we jump into the data portion of the live that we do every other Tuesday. Eliana, am I saying that right? Give me a thumbs up if I'm saying that right. I feel like it's Eliana. Probably going to move from Puerto Rico to Indy in summer 2026. I think we're cooler than Puerto Rico. I think it's probably pretty spicy over there. I want to tell you that I have been following your videos for a while now. Oh, thank you. We love that. I love people watching our channel. I have run into a few people out in public and I absolutely love it. Yay. I'm glad I'm saying it right. And I like them because they're full of important information and facts to consider. Yes. So that's the goal. If you ever have a question for anybody else that's watching, Eliana, thank you. I appreciate that. That is 100% our goal. Our goal is to provide information and give you an idea of what the different areas are about. And so that you have a little bit of guidance when moving here. The other thing is when you live here, I also want to try to provide information to you as well on what's going on, what's happening in the area, what's coming and going in and around our community, and then show you houses that are in the area. And also, you might not have noticed when I show you the houses. So I show you 3 houses, usually the kind of medium price point, a middle, and a high of a city every other week. And I'm giving little tidbits that if you are thinking about selling, here are some things to look for, or at least maybe even avoid when interviewing, hiring, or looking at someone to market your home. Because there are lots of things that I see that I think need improvement in our industry. And I want to make sure that I'm providing valuable information to you. If there's something, here's the thing. if you go into my comments, I'm sure there's people that are saying that they're countering me. I appreciate that. Counter me. I want to learn. I want to get better. I want to be able to provide information to you. So thank you, Eliana, for watching our channel. If you have any questions, and even I know that you're, a year out until next year, but for anybody, you or anybody else, if you want to jump on a Zoom call or just a call and just talk about what that looks like, I'm always available. Like, even though, yes, we have clients and we're busy, the goal is to try to provide and answer questions. So if you ever want to jump on a call, let me know. That's what the QR code, we just made that. It's a QR code in our banner, so to speak. You can click that or scan that and you'll go to a link where then you can schedule to talk. So, okay. So for the second half, we talk about data, which if you've been on my channel long enough, you know I love data. So that's where we are going. We are going to talk about, oh no, I forgot. I missed one thing. You guys, our channel is about roundabouts. And I haven't talked about roundabouts recently because there really hasn't been a whole lot of changes, but there was big news on the street a couple of weeks ago where the city has decided they are nixing 116th Street in Allisonville. And there are mixed reviews on this. Some people are outraged, like, I really wanted that roundabout. And then there's other people who are like, yay. If you know 96th Street and Allisonville, you know how much of a shit show it's been. It is not a great roundabout. It used to be Michigan left. Well, at first, it used to just be a stoplight. That wasn't good enough, so they made it a Michigan left. That wasn't good enough, so they made it a roundabout. I don't think that's good enough either. They just need to go back to a damn light. Anyways, Fishers did some reviews because highways have been closed off or there's been detours. They did an analysis of Fishers, of that intersection, and they have determined the city Fishers has canceled a planned roundabout project at 116th Street and Allisonville Road following an updated traffic study, and is instead moving forward with a plan that includes extended left turn lanes leading up to the intersection. I feel like this is needed in a lot of spots. A roundabout, don't get me wrong, roundabouts can be very good. But I think what we've experienced with 96 in Allisonville, which is a highly trafficked area, is that it is not always good to put that there. You guys, I'm going to it's cold in my office and I have a blanket. So I'm going to take it off because I'm all heated. See, I got all heated talking about Carmel. I'm sweating. Woo! Or it's maybe just a hot flash. Okay. Welcome to Life with Cameron. Isn't she fun? Okay. The newly defined project will go to bid sometime this fall, with work likely to begin in spring 2026, according to Ashley Elrod, Director of Communication and Public Relations for the city. You guys, I'm laughing because you're actually on a delay. So I say something, but Adam is in the background kind of watching it. And so when I say something super corny, he chuckles. And I get the reverberation of like I say something, but like moments, it's like when somebody like doesn't get your joke and then later gets your joke and starts laughing. It's great. Okay. You were getting so many squirrel moments today. So good. So good. Okay. Anyway, so it just goes on. So I just wanted to let you know that that's been canceled. If you didn't know that, which has been all over the news, here's your announcement. 116th Street will stay alight. Yay! Just with longer turn lines. Okay, now we're going to get into the data of things. Okay, so like every other week, so 2 weeks ago, I couldn't pull data for August, okay, because it doesn't come out until like the 5th or 6th of the month. And I think it was like the 2nd or 3rd when our last live was. So now we get to actually show data for August, which I like showing. So as you can see here, so this is Indianapolis and all surrounding areas that incorporate MIBOR, or the Metropolitan Indianapolis Board of Realtors, and the area that it covers. Okay, so this is not just Indianapolis. This is all areas. It's at 3,200 sold. So it's down. 315 is down. And the average days on market is 19. Okay. So that kind of shows you what, where we're at essentially. Okay. Now, if I click on this and I switch it to Marion, which is what most data is pulling, right? So a lot of national, when you're looking at national data, because they want to look at a big metropolitan area, Indianapolis is really big. So that's what it gets lumped into. So 254 is the median price, which is down, and the days on market is 21 days. Okay. If I switch this over to Hamilton County, which is what we talk about a lot on this channel, is 430. Okay. So as you can see, we're really close to that 410, which was the national, right? But then if I go over here and switch this over to Clay, 550. So that's what I'm talking about, of like when I'm addressing that average price point, that's $140,000 more. And so when somebody is moving here thinking they're going to get that, that's where I want to be like your mom that's just telling you the honest truth. It's tough. And I always feel bad when I have to tell a client that's so excited and is reading all the news and sees how amazing Carmel is. But then when they get here, it's really hard to find that property. Okay. So just kind of wanted to show you that. I want to go back to Hamilton County. So we're going to do Hamilton County because I think that it's always good, because on this channel, we do talk a lot about Hamilton County. But with that being said, okay, I know I talk about Hamilton County, but we've had a couple of people call and ask, well, but do you handle, other areas? Yes, I handle all of Mybor, and we have clients that I'm helping in Avon and Brownsburg and Plainfield and Pendleton and Greenwood and Monrovia, almost all the way up to Bloomington. So yes, I mean, anything on this map, pretty much I handle. So it's not that it doesn't. The reason I address Hamilton County is because there's so many people that are moving and see the value of what Hamilton County is. And that's why we get on a call, we explore what you're looking for specifically, and then I help guide you. It might not be Hamilton County where we land, and that is totally fine. Okay. So I just want to be transparent with that. Okay, so you can kind of see 430, closed sales 648, which is up. Days on market is 18 days, but you can see, so I know it's green. I feel like I have to say this every time, especially for the new people watching. This 18 days, although this is green, that's actually bad. If it's not even really bad, I say bad, but it's not really even bad. 18 days on the market is still so fast. Like, so fast. I think the national average right now is almost close to like 2 or 3 months. We're not even at a month yet. So just keep that in your back pocket. Month supply is 1.7. So again, what that means is if no other houses hit the market, it will take 1.7 months to completely 60 days, 2 months. Month supply is 1.7. So if nothing else sells, or nothing else gets listed, then it'll take 1.7 days to get through those 648 homes, or sorry, active listings. 1,074. I jumped up. So that's your August for Hamilton County. But today we're going to speak specifically about Westfield. I know. The reason I'm doing Westfield is because the Home-a-Rama is currently going on, and there's a lot of people and a lot of eyes on Westfield, especially with the live competition that was just here. A lot of people are looking at Westfield as a location to move. Such a great community. Are there some things that are limitations if and when you want to consider Westfield? Yes, give me a call. We'll talk about those things, because it is not the same as Carmel. Okay. So I just want to be transparent, and I try to run through all of that with you so that we can find the right place for you. So we're going to show you houses that are in Westfield. The first house. So the median price you can see here. Wait, let me switch over to Westfield, Washington, which is about that same price. So 439,995. That's a pretty descriptive number, but that's even down. So last month it was 479. So it just kind of shows you average days on market 23. So we're still not, I mean, we still have a month and a half, but it's still at 1.7. So, but all these numbers, as you can see, are starting to dip a little bit. So, and that's just for August, right? I don't know what September is currently, but so the first house we're going to look at is 972 Workington Circle. It was, it's listed for, it was originally listed. So what I always like to look at is what was it originally listed with? And I think that can also tell you also partially why it was maybe why it's been on the market for 20 days. They probably overshot the market a little bit, which a lot of sellers are overshooting the market. That's why I think you also need to have a realtor that goes through all of that data with you to make sure you fully understand, are you overshooting the market? Are you undershooting the market? What is the strategy? We go off of 3 different strategies. I talk through those strategies with you so that you can kind of pick which one's the best fit for you. Because I don't think it's a one size fits all. This one is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bathrooms, 2,400 square feet, built in 2015. So, and is around that 450. Now this is Westfield, so it's still a little bit higher than what the national average is, but it's super cute. Apparently my pictures, oh, there we go. I'm like, the pictures aren't going to work. Super cute, well-maintained. It looks like, you know, has an open concept with the kitchen to the family room, with the dining room kind of in the middle. Great space. Look at that. They've got a great open space, countertop space, kitchen island. That looks like that's a corner pantry, which is always great. I don't have a good pantry, so I'm always envious of somebody who has a good pantry. Looks like tile backsplash. Upgrades. So when you're looking at new builds, some of the things I always look at when you're looking at houses compared to building, because we have a lot of people looking at building just because a lot of the area in Westfield was cornfields. I'm not specifically, the last one is a new construction, but I'm trying to show you kind of some of those older homes because you can always find new. New is going to cost you more though. So things like where these are staggered cabinets and it's an upgraded package with crown molding. So those are things to kind of keep in mind. Also, when you get can lighting, that's an upgrade, things like that. So just some things to kind of be mindful of. That's really cute off of the garage. Look at that pantry. Oh, she is organized. Need her to come to my house and organize my pantry. I'm pretty good at organization. I just don't ever have time to do it. I actually like it. It's cathartic. Give me a thumbs up if you like organizing and it's cathartic to you. I like to know who my people are. Upstairs loft, which is great. Primary bedroom, bathroom with double sinks. Again, the closet, of course, it's organized. Bedroom 1, bedroom 2, bathroom, laundry upstairs. It looks like stamped back patio with a large yard, and it looks like you can put in fences, which is really great. So it's a great little property. I think, like, look how big that lot is. It almost seems bigger because it is next to a corner lot and then those are angled. So great aerial view. I love when they add those into the photography because it kind of gives you a good idea. And then this is a neighborhood that you can see has tons of amenities. So basketball courts, pool, kiddie pool, looks like playground, swings, and some walking trails probably that kind of go out. Yeah, you can kind of see them here that go out through the neighborhood. So that's a great little property. I think it's really great location wise, because you guys know I always like to look at location for Westfield. So this is right by Urban Vines. That's a great outdoor venue. Not really an outdoor venue, but a place you can go where you can sit outside. They usually have music and such. And just, it's honestly great location. Chick-fil-A is right there. And then you're minutes from Grand Park. So great Great property. And this is one of those where, again, like Carmel, this whole strip right here is where there's a lot of shopping and Whole Foods and all that. And so it's probably an 8-minute drive to all of there. So great location. So this is, one of those where it's like, okay, if you're looking at Carmel, but you want a little bit more space, you want some of those larger lot or whatever, and you're not finding it in Carmel, you can go to Westfield. Okay. Next property is a little unique. We keep getting this question of, hey, are there barn dominiums out there? I actually have a client right now that's looking for it. This is a little bit higher than what he's looking for, but this is a perfect example of a property that honestly could really fit for him. 19855 Fremont Moore. You're going to notice one thing I want to bring to your attention. This shows that you're in Sheridan. Okay, so if you are searching, if you're setting up a search, this is my little PSA announcement. If you're doing a search, I recommend you search not by city. I would search by school because typically that's really what you're looking for. If you really don't care and it's just by city, that's fine. You're just going to have to put in a bunch of cities. But if you know you want to be in the vicinity of, let's say, Westfield High School, then search by school, not by location, because you can see this is Sheridan, but it's a Westfield school address. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,300 square feet, built in 2019. So here's the thing. Super small from a living perspective, but check out this property. It's a barn dominium. Look at that outdoor space. And you have 2 huge doors here. And then you also have a whole nother barn to store stuff. That outdoor space is just amazing. And look at the land. Great piece of land. I'm going to kind of flip through these. But so this is where you store kind of your work gear. That's what they've got here. But then the other space. So this is paved. So you could put, like if you work on cars or you have a camper or all that, playground, tons of parking space. So that's the inside of the gravel one. That's the back side. So that is along the side. So you can park all your tractors and stuff. So that's the big door you can kind of see there. And then this is the inside. So you can tell he works on cars because he's got an old car there, but he's got his gym out there and it's a great space that they can use. So it's a great barndominium storage space upstairs. And then you get into the house, right? So this is all still part of the barn. I said, we're going to get into the house. And then it takes me 18, 20 pictures to get into the house. I would maybe, if it were me, I would reorg these a little bit or challenge the market, like experiment with, how many days it's been on the market. I would change the flow of these to see if it could grab anybody. Cause it took, what picture are we on? I can't see what picture we are on, but that took a ton of pictures to get to the point where we're showing the inside of the house. And I have to admit, they went from back, like that patio, which the patio is gorgeous, to the laundry room. Probably not how I would do it. Office off of that space. Looks like office, bedroom, baby's room, bathroom, bedroom, primary, it looks like, right? Primary, kitchen, family room connected to the kitchen with a dining space. And that's it. We're back out to the outside of the house. And then that's the flow. So you can kind of see, right? Like this is the entry. So that's why I would have done the entry into the living room and not gone into the laundry room or the laundry space. That's just me. I think it would have flowed better. I probably would have shown it sooner as well. I've done like living room, kitchen, primary, bedroom, office, laundry room, storage, garage. Like you can kind of tease the garage a little bit. So that's just one of the things that maybe I would do to kind of change that up a little bit. But such a great property. Yes, it's priced high at $975. It's been on the market for 48 days. But if you are the person that doesn't really have as much care for what the house itself is, and you really need garage and storage space, then this is a great property. Have. Okay. Last but not least is one of the Home-a-Rama homes. So like I told you, there's 3 properties. 2 have been listed. I did not see the third one, but I might've missed it. I wanted to show you this one. This is built by Custom Living. Great property. It is 4.5 million, 5 bed, 5.5 bath, 6,194 square feet, and was just built. This is part of the Home-a-Rama. You guys, this is a stunner. I can't show you pictures. You guys, I hate when this happens. Let's try to pull it back up. So see how I'm going to go in here and I'm going to search school districts. So Westfield, Washington. So there's 230 active listings, and we go all the way to the bottom. And it's right there. So let's see if I can. Nope. Okay, you're going to see it from a different view. So this is actually how I look at it from my back end side. Oh. I can't show you the house. It's so sad. Maybe this is like a way to be like, okay, well then you just need to come and watch our video, and I'm going to try to get in to be able to show you the house. But it won't show me the house. This is what you get. You get a black screen that says no. Oh. Okay, maybe if I get past 3, 4. Okay, here. So you don't get to see the first 3 pictures. You get to see the other pictures. So my first beef with, unfortunately, this listing, and I don't like to really specifically complain about listings all that much, but here's the thing. I am a horizontal girl. The picture needs to be horizontal, not vertical. You could see so much more in the picture if they would do horizontal like this. I don't feel like these pictures aren't going to do this house justice because it's stunning. And maybe the point is to not show you everything so that you schedule to go to the Home-a-Rama. That would be great. Or you schedule a tour and you can schedule with me. I'll go show you the house. Love this room. 2-story entry or 2-story family room. The lighting in this house, they crushed it with the lighting. It's not one of the things we put in our 3 favorite things, but it is one of my favorite things about this house. The design is really great. Again, this picture is not doing this kitchen justice. This kitchen is a stunning kitchen. That's the scullery. Bathroom entry off of the garage, primary bedroom, bathroom. Again, like this is not a wide angle, so you're not really seeing much of this shower, which makes me so sad because this house deserves like wide angle images. This bathroom was really super cool. So this is the wallpaper that was in the bedroom, and they just went and took it into the bathroom, which I thought was really cool. A lot of times you don't see that. You see the wallpaper in the bedroom, and then it's like paint in the bathroom. They don't like seamlessly have it go through both spaces, but I loved that this went through both spaces. You're just not getting the full view of these spaces. That was the wine room. That's the basement. That's the golf simulator. That was really cool. And then they give you the flow. So I'm going to recommend that you go. That's weird that the first like 4 pictures I can't show you. But oh, I didn't show you location on the last one. I'll show you location on this one, and then I don't know if I can show you location from this one, you guys. I don't think it'll show you. I can't because it goes into a different screen. It's in Chatham. You know where Chatham is. We show Chatham all the time. But let me go back and show you where that other one was, because that was a good. Maybe my system. My board's been having trouble today. Even our signature documents were having problems today too. Okay, location. So like I said, Sheridan was location. So it's a little bit further northwest of Grand Park, but still in a great location, still kind of in the mix of things, but see how far it is. So that's why I tell you, don't search by city, search by school district, because you're going to get a much better idea of where that location is. So yeah. That's honestly, I think that's it. I think we've pretty much talked on oh, you guys, trying to make sure all of this works. Okay, well, that's a wrap. Essentially for this week's Hamco Roundabout. Of course, as always, thanks for spending part of your day with us. If you were able to have a pumpkin spice latte, bit jealous. I'm trying to avoid it. I'm trying to see how long I can go without it. I have tried to make it at home, but I don't want to spend the money on Starbucks. It's so expensive. In this episode, we gave you something. Hopefully we gave you something to kind of talk about, or made you think, wow, I really do love living here, because I also really love living here. Make sure to give it a like, which is the thumbs up, I think. Give it, hit the subscribe so you get notified, and then make sure you're following so you don't miss out on what's coming up next, including our Home-a-Rama tour that is going to drop on Thursday. I'm so excited. Of course, I'll be back soon with more Hamilton County happenings, real estate updates, and kind of the inside scoop on what is going on, all things North Indy suburbs. Until then, stay curious, stay local, and we'll catch you in the next one. Bye. End stream.